Hello, and welcome everybody
Oh,
to
Hey.
Three Kobolds Gaming, where we play Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and tonight is a very special night. Mostly because we continue our Heroes of Absalom campaign. And purely for no other culturally significant reason
Yeah.
to the United States or anybody who enjoys North American sports for any other
wait,
reason.
is tonight the friggin' Pepper Bowl or whatever?
You're making a very funny joke, but to call the Super Bowl culturally significant at this point is a bit it's a bit goofy. Even football fans don't think that.
I think any day that causes the majority of Americans to leave from their homes, spend time with each other, and all focus on a singular event towards a specific outcome would be
People
culturally
might
significant.
consider this a holiday. Like,
Rihanna, yeah.
Yeah, is she the?
I think it's culturally significant. Not that it's it is not a cultured thing, but it's culturally significant in the sense Will was describing. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's a big
I
deal
think it's
that
a hot
people get
take to
together
say
for.
Fair.
that there is no cultural importance to the Super Bowl.
Well, I think that there's a meta culture about it where it's like only roughly 10% of people at a Super Bowl party actually give a crap about the game itself. Is my
that has never been the case when I've.
is
like-
nobody cares about the game. Like
So
it's fun to watch. It's on. Like people are enjoying it. Watching the commercials. They're waiting for the halftime show.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all about the commercials.
That is
That's why
not
I
how.
watched it.
That is not how my.
That's the only reason I
Really?
watched it. They
It's
talk
like
about the
every-
commercials
Not
the
at
next day.
all.
every Super Bowl party I've been to, it's like me and one other person are like actually watching the game, and then everyone's like drinking beers and eating cheese dip, and then like watch the commercials.
Weren't you in a music fraternity, Jack?
I was. I see
Did
no
you ever
correlation.
think about the people
between-
you spend
My-
time with and
My
maybe
fantasy football league was 7 dudes from my fraternity, and we had to like gatekeep people who wanted to be in, who like were
My
weird.
family, which averages 6'2" in height, athletes, all of them except myself, take sports very seriously.
Maybe I'm.
funny. I used to care so much,
Mhm.
and I don't know if it's maybe just because I'm distracted all the time with school, but I don't care this year at all. Like more so than other years. But my interest in football's been waning slowly over the past couple of years, but like this year, I maybe have watched a total of like 3 hours of football, period, like all season.
Welcome to the first time that your team is kind of bad since you became a conscious person. You and I.
Well,
are-
maybe that also has something to do with it.
You and I are living in this space as Saints and Packers fans together. They've been good.
That probably has something to do with it.
Roughly good the entire time I've watched them, and this season they were really hot garbage, so I gave up in like week 4. But yeah, I mean every time the Saints get eliminated from the playoffs, I stop caring. Truthfully, I haven't watched more of the Super Bowls than I haven't in like 5 years.
Much more intrigued by like TTRPG mechanics of sports, like the way that people translate sports to TTRPGs than actual sports.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
mostly the crowds. I hate the crowds. I can't. And then if you're not there, I don't get invested. You know, it's like
Wait, you hate the crowds? Like watching an event? You hate the crowds at the event?
being at sporting events because I have a lot of
Oh,
siblings who
I
do
see.
sports.
I see.
The crowds couldn't stand them. The same reason I can't do
Sure.
concerts.
Sure.
So, and then at home, I can't get invested in it, and also it's just
Double-edged sword.
Yeah. I mean, different sports have pretty well regarded crowd, qualities. So like going to hockey games is really fun. Going to baseball games is really fun for everything except the baseball. Going to football games is like depends on which city you're in and whether or not you're gonna make it out safely from that stadium. It's a pretty mixed bag.
I feel like football more than other sports, like the stadium, and maybe this is an ignorant opinion, but the stadium matters so much more. I don't know. Just hearing people's experiences, like everyone knows, I think that the DC FedEx sucks. FedEx Field
Yeah.
sucks. Everything about it's awful.
You mean for the viewing
Um,
experience, like different stadiums are better?
Well,
As
yeah,
somebody who
yeah.
doesn't
Like
go to concerts.
Yeah.
Like I went up to years ago now. I went to Lambeau Field and actually got to see a game in the snow. It was epic. And it was an amazing stadium experience. Like, besides the fact that it was my team, like, just being there was fun.
Yeah. No, I mean, different stadium qualities are definitely huge. Like a lot of people talk about like going to Cowboy Stadium is like going to a super mall in like the good and bad ways that is a thing. But yeah, FedEx just kind of sucks. We're DC natives, so we're familiar with that stadium.
Some of us.
Some of us, yeah.
So Jack, where have you landed? Are you still against the cultural significance of the
I think
Super Bowl?
football's dumb, and I don't think we should talk about it anymore.
I think people are only
Right.
watching this tonight because they don't want to watch the Super Bowl, so let's stop talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you raise a really good point about like something can be culturally significant without having culture. Like that is definitely a salient point, and probably this is the most salient example of that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you think about, kind of what culture is coming from a white man, you have an
I feel
event.
uniquely equipped to speak on this.
You have an event, right, that generates a number of rituals, that generates a variety across the country of different activities, of different foods that people prepare specifically for it, of different unique celebrations. And while there might not be a singular unifying culture, it is an event that spawns
Sure.
so many of the things that you would think about when you speak of culture, the experiences
yeah.
and the activities that take place, specifically because it's that specific Sunday in February.
I guess
Yeah,
it kind of comes back to like how would you consider like the relationship between culture and tradition?
Mm.
Because I think those two, if you think of them as like inextricably linked, like your culture is just an amalgam of all your traditions, then absolutely the Super Bowl has a ton of cultural significance because that's all that the Super Bowl is people's different traditions and what they do every year. Like it's the same. It's the same as any other like holiday or recognized holiday, but it's interesting. It's interesting.
Anyway,
But speaking of
Anyway, go Chiefs.
games that are translated into Pathfinder, if you guys ever want to do a round of Chariot Chaos, or if you want to play Melee Mountain, or maybe partake in some Whirlpool Warriors, let me know.
What's happening? I blacked out for like 4 seconds. What's going on?
Those are. Remember last week I talked about how I have an entire list of Coliseum games that are available from the book. Those.
Yeah.
In this book.
Speaking of games, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's rad. Let's do them all right now.
Let's do them all right now.
no, not right now.
Instead of what I want to do right now is bring you guys back to an abandoned temple known as the Temple of Prescience, a temple space that had started construction prior to Mbali the architect's supposed ascension at the test of the Starstone. What she didn't see coming was her failure in said test, and so the temple was never finished, and it was left to the elements, unattended, unrepaired, in the Ascendant Court, and thusly you find yourselves here after attempting to covertly meet with an informant, hunting down clues on the true identity of one Father Infector. You meet with your informant, and they are able to tell you a couple of things, which we'll go over in just a minute. But most important, before he could tell you how to get down to the secret temple beneath the public area of the Blackfingers chapel, he was shot in the throat by a poisoned bolt, and you all were ambushed by a number of Norgruber cultists.
Couple of who?
Norgruber cultists? You know those dudes with the masks?
Who are they?
Cultists of Norgruber.
Okay.
As well as a couple of daemons, which
Who?
surprised you. A couple of Matt Damons.
Thank you.
Kind.
And After swiftly dealing with 3 cultists of Norgorber and 2 Matt Damons, you all now find yourself in the abandoned temple of Prescience, with naught but a dead corpse of one Mr. Thraskell Poison Breath to keep you company.
Yeah. I just didn't like those abilities that they had where they just kept asking me if I liked those apples, and then I took 50 points of mental damage. It was not a fun ability
Like
to have.
them apples.
Maybe if you had said yes, they would have stopped shoving them in your face.
Yeah.
What are you all doing as you realize that the front of the temple has been completely collapsed by the emergence of these daemons?
Could we really quick before we jump back in, could you remind us what we learned that he said? I have some notes. I just want to make sure it was correct.
Would anyone like to go over what he said?
Can I?
Please.
I took notes this time.
You don't have to raise your hand. This is a
Open
this is a
forum.
popcorn reading of
So
Agents of Edgewatch.
the rascal. This is what I have written down. I'm just going to read what I have written down. And no context, unless it's written.
Oh dear.
The Infector, Jonas Flackfatter, High Priest of Blackfinger. Temple is a front for a larger temple beneath. Flackfatter publicly announced that he was leaving Absalom days ago, but has retreated beneath, wanted to stay for a con. We need to slip in with the disguise into the secret entrance. Boom, ambush, murder.
Can I very quickly say, what a terrible front for your super illegal poisoning operation than the real god of poisoning? Like, what an absolutely...
It's so bad, it's good.
an absolutely terrible
nobody would
front.
expect the secret underground cults to literally be underground.
It's like if a Batman villain was knifing people, and then they nobody checked the knife factory, underneath the knife building for all the guys knifing people. It's yeah, maybe there. I don't know.
Given the state of DC Comics, I wouldn't be surprised if they just heard that and were writing it down.
Yeah, they're making some notes. Zing! MCU for life.
Yeah, so the idea that you got
Shouldn't have lost Henry Cavill.
is due to the heat from the failed bombing of the Irorium. Jonas Flackfatter, also known as the Infector, has said that he is leaving the city publicly on personal business, but has really retreated to the secret temple below the public-facing, chapel, basically, of Norgorber. That is currently holding a alchemy conference. Thraskell said that perhaps you might be able to sneak into the conference as attendees in disguise and go down the secret entrance to the temple below. But again, before being able to reveal how to get through or to or where or what that secret entrance might be, he was murdered by cultists who did not want you to have that information. Go figure.
Yeah.
Wild.
Which also leads us probably to believe that this temple's not going to be unguarded. Not that I think we expected it to be, but just because this guy is allegedly on a trip to Mexico, doesn't mean they're not going to defend their stuff.
Yeah.
He also just might not be gone. He might be living in the secret temple that nobody thought to check underneath the real evil temple. Fun fact, for those who don't know, that Norgorber worship is only legal in Absalom. In every other civilized society in the entirety of Galarian, it is explicitly outlawed. But because Norgorber is
legal here.
It's he's an ascended deity, so they worship mostly the fact that he ascended, and it's kind of out of respect to the other ascended deities, the guys who took the test of the Starstone.
Yeah, Norgorber was a real life person prior to being a god. He was a mortal who ascended, one of the 4 who ascended in the trial of the Starstone. He does have a small temple and place of worship in Absalom in the Ascendant Court.
That sits on top of a much larger, much more illegal temple.
More secret temple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are layers to this onion of evil, as it has been said before.
Yeah.
Classic Onion of you.
So, I mean, he's the high priest of the
Happened.
Blackfingers. What does that tell us about the structure of the Church of Norgorber? Is there a high priest of all the other different aspects? Is this a recognized thing that we should be aware of?
Well, are you speaking like on the organized religion of Norgorber worship? Is that what you're asking?
I'm kind of now asking about what we assume to be like the criminal mafia. Like if Jonas Feckfacker is this guy who's like leading this division of the
So
black,
yes.
like this Church of the Blackfingers. Like we know that the other Twilight Four are going to be related to other aspects of Norgorber. Should we be investigating this subsect as well as other like? I didn't really think that or realize that there were churches to the aspects. I thought that it was just a Church of Norgorber.
Well, there's really not in terms of the organized religion. But
Yeah, I think these are like splinter groups.
who was the other member of the Twilight Four that you have fought and killed?
The skin of her
The-
killer, Bella.
The Skinner. The Skinner.
The
Yeah, the
Skinner.
skin saw
And-
aspect.
They were worshipping the skin saw aspect of Norgorber.
But were they like an organized above board, above ground?
No. The
And
skin,
did you-
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
they were a
skin
secret
saw
cult.
worship is illegal.
Why is Blackfingers? I don't get this. This doesn't make sense.
Because
Like,
Blackfingers is more front facing about alchemy. That's the thing. And again, those are aspects, right?
yeah.
Not
Like, am I tripping that like this feels like the bad guys
I
with the
mean-
mustache, and nobody's investigating the guy with the
You
mustache?
can,
Like,
you can profit off alchemy. You can't profit off skinning people alive.
I guess
So-
we buy poisons like all the time.
Like, one's more tolerable than the other.
Yeah, I agree.
again, it might be like distasteful, but again, there is like a modicum of respect paid to Norgorber due to the ascension via the trial of the Starstone.
Yeah, I mean, I
Um,
get that. My question still kind of stands though. Like, we know that there are other aspects of Norgorber that are almost definitely connected. So I think that while we're doing this, we definitely need to start asking some questions about like, hey, does anybody know about any like above board, seemingly
Yeah.
organized like
I mean, we
other
could bring it up
aspects
with,
of
like,
Norgorber?
With Rune Wolf and all them.
If any of you want to roll a society or a religion, or a
Me.
Lord
We
Absalom,
may even want to
please
spend
go
some
ahead.
time gathering information or like asking, like interrogating people.
I think that's a good
You can
idea.
do
Figure out
those
the other
things.
aspects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Society.
Well, I'm not going to do
Society.
it now, but
Mm.
Society or lore religion? What you said?
Yeah, or sorry, society, religion, or lore
Absalom
Absalom.
lore.
Oh, I have all of those.
Pick one.
They're all the same bonus.
I got 27
Oh dang! Really?
for society.
For me.
Hmm.
Which one would be best?
lore,
Do I
almost
think?
always, I feel like the lore skill.
Absalom lore.
The
then.
lore is the best bonus. If the lore is the same bonus, then yeah, for sure.
All right. 34.
So you said 27 society?
Yep.
34 lore Absalom.
That's
Yes.
gonna be huge.
I also have lore master feat, so I can roll any lore.
So, Blackfinger's temple is the only official recognized organized religious group associated with Norgorber in Absalom. And by that extension, like kind of the world, as Jack was just saying.
Hmm.
Above board, recognized, strictly legal. That being said, their actions generally do fall under a lot of scrutiny. But
I wonder why.
Except for a mass terrorism poisoning.
again, no. But again, the front facing thing, it's like they put on workshops and classes for alchemists. Like,
Mhm.
they train people, they heal people, just like any other temple.
Yeah.
You would think it would come down to, after what you're hearing here, is like there's probably a subsection, and while Norgorber isn't necessarily a good deity, specifically evil, there's probably a subsection of Norgorbites who worship the Blackfingers for the benefits that alchemy can provide to people.
Yeah, I mean, there's like that's the classic example of like a lot of the most effective organized criminals gave back to their communities in significant ways to avoid perception or kind of fly under the radar.
So,
Well, all right, let's deal with the task at hand then. And can we, Fearon, I don't exactly know like what you do or your whole deal is, but I've heard of people like you who can bring the dead back to life. Is that something that you? I mean, this guy seems like he's got more to tell us.
Perhaps I was not expecting any of this. Please know that I thought we were genuinely just going to come and talk to this man and get information and go investigate. This is a shock, but given some time, maybe could do what you're asking, but not today.
Well, let's take his body back to where we're going and sort it out then.
Well, he did mention that we're going to need disguises for where we're going, and I see 3 disguises right here. And Bastra will start looting some bodies.
sure.
Help with that.
Do we have it on good authority that these cultists are from where we think they should be? Are these people who came from the temple? Like, do we know that?
It's a good assumption. I mean, it's not like we can't.
I love good assumptions, especially when my life is at stake.
Are you asking me to confirm or deny your assumption?
I'm asking people who
Can I recall
have
knowledge to see if
knowledge
these,
about these things.
yeah, if these cloaks are?
Wait, what was your question?
Do we know that what these people are wearing is what will be worn in the Church of the Blackfingers?
Oh, yeah. We just stripped them of their outfits.
Like, do we know that that's right, or are they like, are we not going to be like, hey, you guys aren't here, you're supposed to be here? I mean, I'm happy to recall religion knowledge if that's
Sure.
appropriate.
More than welcome to.
Is it religion only?
25.
Religion, society,
Oral society.
Norgorber lore, if any of you have those.
Lord
And-
or
I got
And
another
Lore Master Lore.
27. God,
Lore Master Lore can be applied to any lore, I believe.
Bastard, would you roll?
27
27.
again.
31.
31. Fearon, you got anything?
Iran takes a moment and starts like almost like meditating. He's gonna spend 10 minutes refocusing.
Okay. All of you guys that are kind of looking over these things, let's take a look at what they look like again.
Yeah, I'd like to hear the result of the Nordorber Lore Master lore check.
So this is kind of what they looked like and what they were wearing. I'm gonna blow it up here in a second. I cannot seem to click the thing right because I'm so far zoomed out and this is a big map. So they're wearing these like dark, almost like dark gray blue
Creepy.
cloaks, and they've got these obsidian black masks that you're able to tell are essentially the symbol or symbology of Norgorber. They're wearing these like mid-arm length white silk gloves, and it's very like Victorian, or I mean, Emily Grace, correct me if I'm wrong, in terms of time period, but like mourning outfits.
That's what the U.
Yeah.
Yes. Except that you would think if you were trying to get into an alchemy conference, especially during the Radiant Festival, that walking in dressed in the home team's jersey might not be the best way to avoid notice.
True.
You get the sense that if these people are associated, you'd probably get asked more questions than if you were
Right.
trying to be attendees of a conference that are from out of town.
And we know there's a conference coming up.
It's currently happening right now.
It's
is
currently
what
happening.
Thraskell had told you.
These masks, though, are they? They look like they're separate, almost like mirror. They almost look like they're attached like sticks. Is that accurate?
Um,
Am I looking at the picture wrong?
Like they're
no, they're attached via like a couple of bands around the head.
Oh, is that a poison vial in its hand?
Yes.
Okay, I thought they were like.
Yeah, it does kind of
Masquerade.
like a holding.
No, it's not like a masquerade. They're holding it up to their face. Although I do see what you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
But that is one of their vials of poison that they were utilizing.
Yeah. Let's loot these bodies while we're doing this.
Yes.
So you go through it. You find 3 magical short swords, 3 regular leather armors, a bunch of infused reagents, which, for anyone who is familiar with the alchemist class, those infused reagents will be unusable within 24
end
hours.
of the day. Yeah.
Each of them have a set of infiltrators thieves tools, so just rack up those lockpicks for
Taking
those.
all of those, yeah.
3
That's
daggers.
4 sets?
Say again?
So that's
3
3
sets.
sets? 3 sets?
3
Okay.
sets, yeah. 3 daggers and 1 remaining Bloodseeker beak, as 2 of them had been used. I also completely forgot. Oh no, she was able to staunch it, I think. I remember hitting Twinkletoes with the Bloodseeker beak, doing persistent
Staunched
bleed
it.
damage, and then not doing persistent bleed damage.
I took it every time, but I staunched it too.
Very good.
Thank
Okay.
you.
We could probably sell most of that stuff except for the thieves tools for TT.
The masks don't seem to have any inherent value. They seem
We
to
can
be-
still take them. I'm sure they're going to
Yeah.
be useful at some point to us.
and there are 3 of those. They are non-magical, and they don't seem to have any artistic or monetary value, really.
Why don't the 3 of you all take these ones? They don't seem to have any fit for a face like my shape. And then he turns to the right, and he looks like that boar's eye meme, the dog.
You would need like 3 of them, just like 1 on each side of your head, and then 1 on the end of your snout.
Or he just ties it to his snout, and then a really long string. all the way back to his head.
With his eyes like back here.
But most of his face is like here.
And you just have to like turn 45 degrees to actually be able to see anything.
Huh? Way more of a hindrance than anything should be.
That's actually hilarious.
But yeah, you guys could like maybe sneak in somewhere with them, especially at the conference. That could be useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's take this guy back to our hideout, I suppose, and maybe if we have some time later down the road, we can ask him more questions. What time is it right now?
It's just after midnight right now. It's like 12:05.
It's close to midnight.
I don't know. Fear anything. Maybe in the morning you could potentially wake him up along with us. Is that again? I have no idea how this works.
Yes, he will have he'll only have limited ability to communicate with us, but yes.
Oh, are you doing the spooky one?
You doing the
I'm not
speaking
aware
dead
of
one?
the other one.
You doing the spooky one?
How are you guys getting
What's
out?
that?
How do we get in here?
You came in
Well,
through the
they
front
collapsed
doors,
the door.
which
Oh,
were
right,
completely
we have to-
collapsed.
Oh yeah, they came
There's
into
a
the
door back
bathroom
here.
window. Oh yeah.
Um,
All right. Well, fair enough. Let's do this.
I,
I'm gonna
using
strap
my
you guys to
lifting
Shifra,
belt.
by the way.
Using my lifting belt.
Was there anything
My
on
incredible strength, just
Rascal?
with all that.
Thraskell? No.
Nothing.
He had 2 silver and an empty vial of something that contains some kind of acidic alchemical.
I'm taking that 2 silver.
Sounds like we have 2 silver and an acidic vial.
Well, the vial itself is not acidic, but its contents were at one point.
I'm gonna secure Thraskel's body to Sheethra, who is going to look pretty upset about it. But let's move on. Where do we want to? So I mean, this door at the south here, is that
That's
rubbled up?
what's collapsed.
That was the front door that is now just a pile
Yeah.
of rubble.
Rubbled up. Okay. And then is this
I
like
had-
an altar at the front here? Is it like
That
a
is-
pulpit?
Yeah, that's like a raised stage-like area.
This door.
Again, it is unfinished, so you'd think that maybe at some point they would have put like a lectern or something up there, pulpit of some variety. But they never got there because everybody kind of dipped when she never came back. So,
Yeah, hard to worship a dead girl who's dead. It's tough.
oh, it's pretty easy. It's just not worth it.
Can I perception check this door?
You certainly can.
Actually, Kashak, you've got
Yes.
better eyesight than me. Can you do this?
Sure. I'll roll for you. That is a 26.
What exactly
why
are you
didn't I
looking
just
for?
roll?
I'm assuming you're checking for traps.
Yes.
As
Yes.
far as you're aware, it is not trapped.
I'm gonna listen for any noise on the other side. Talking about a 30.
There is no sound emanating from the opposite side of the store.
I check to see if it's locked.
It is not locked.
I open the door.
You open the door. Oh,
I
man.
try to open the door.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh boy.
30 skeletons fall out of the closet on top of us.
Oh, what?
Oh god, there's so many statues.
You see what appear to be a number of roughly hewn, unfinished statues of supplicants, like either kneeling and praying or like holding their hands out in worship, that look almost like they've been just kind of placed here in storage, waiting for the eventual finish of the.
This is getting pretty sad, to be honest.
Yeah, this oddly angled room has several life-sized statues, excuse me, on ornate wooden bases, each depicting a different person. You see that they have short swords with flared spatulate tip. So if you think kind of like
Spatula tips?
that, I don't know how well you can see that
Hard
sword,
to see.
Okay.
but yeah.
Seeing all of these statues, I turn to my companions and I say, whatever you do, don't blink. Don't even blink.
Stronger.
If you blink, you're dead.
When was this goddess of foresight like a thing? When was this going on?
That would have been about 20 years ago when she was building up the temple and then took the test of the Starstone. Was 20 years ago.
And do we think she had like legitimate foresight and prophecy, or like?
I mean, she clearly didn't anticipate not becoming a god.
Yeah, Pathfinder does this like has a pretty pervasive thing that like we're in the age of lost omens because like Eridan died and then all prophecies ceased to come true and like stopped existing. Like prophecy is dead on Galarian is like the big talking points. Like a goddess of foresight is probably going to be met with some pretty intense scrutiny. And then certainly as she dies taking the test.
And she, maybe I just
She saw a niche.
yeah.
And she went for it, but
Alas,
It's
cannot
cool.
stand the test.
she didn't see this coming.
I'm gonna walk in and perception check around the room, just looking for anything of note, any additional information or
Okay.
items.
I will stop you there.
Oh, because a golem's in my head.
So, almost immediately, as you step into the room, all of the
yeah,
statues
we never healed.
begin sliding. Almost like somebody is pushing, an invisible hand is pushing chess pieces along a chessboard. They slam into you, Kashak, and attempt to hit you with short swords.
All of them?
All of them.
Who is doing?
No.
Who is doing this?
The closest one.
Who made this trap?
It runs into you. I need you to roll a reflex save.
I'm good at this.
And I need everybody to roll initiative. And Twinkle Toes, before you say anything, I already rolled for your perception check on the trap and you didn't see it.
I didn't
No.
see it.
You did not.
Cool.
I said I'm good at them, and then I rolled a 2.
A 2.
20,
you are
25 on the total result.
25 on the total results. Oh boy. That means that you are knocked prone as the statue slams into you. It's also going to roll to hit you with its spatulated tip short sword. That is
Don't
going
like
to
the sound of that, William.
be a 38 to hit with the short sword.
That'll hit.
That'll hit for 23 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Oops.
And then it slides back to where it started.
You said 23? 28?
23.
Okay.
I don't know, that was like 8 seconds ago. I don't remember.
That's fair enough. It was the closest one, and then it slid back to its original position. Okay.
Yes.
Who? Like what? What?
We just run through? Can we just run through the other
Who is
door?
setting these traps? Like,
Kashak, what'd you get?
I will activate my Scout's Warning as I get run through and knocked to the earth, but I received a 34.
Okay. Vera?
29.
9. Basro,
You're muted, big guy.
the most muted man.
I was 39. A natural
39.
20.
Nice.
On a natty 20 zoning.
Hi.
Twinkle Toes.
Big.
Last.
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 Classic last.
Off
Okay.
to you.
Oh boy. Okay. Alright. Okay.
All right. Okay.
Bastro, it is your turn. And I should mention that while they are generally staying in the same area, you notice that they're like sliding back and forth, and you're hearing the sound of some kind of like squeaking or like friction as they're passing along the ground.
What?
Bastro, what are you doing?
Recall knowledge first action. What are these
Bless
things?
you. Bless you.
You could roll a craft. You could roll Arcana.
Arcana. Mm.
You said craft or what?
Arcana.
Arcana, yeah. 17 for a third. Yeah, 37.
That is a regular success. These are some kind of magical trap. It seems that they have some kind of magical enchantment that draws them towards like living beings that you would hope theoretically shouldn't be there and swing their swords. And you watched as Kashak was entering the room. They seemed to, well, one slammed into him, but others seemed to try to move as if to impede his further progress into the room. Like they were trying to keep him from passing.
Alright. Next two actions. Ignoring the moving statues, I want to cast Detect Magic.
You want to cast Detect Magic.
Yeah, is there anything else magical in this room? Maybe like the power source of these things or something like that.
I like this. I like this thinking, Dan. I like this.
I'm not about to. Yeah, we, like Ben, you said earlier, we did not heal. Like that. That makes me a little more cautious right now.
Maybe we should not heal before every combat, so we think of how to avoid fighting instead of just bull rushing things.
I'm full health. We just slap my whole health bar into the face of these enemies.
Yeah, wait, Kashak, you just stand in the doorway and you just are meat shield for us to figure out what's going on.
Are you?
What's happening?
You're casting it heightened to 4th level at this point, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
correct. The spell magic
okay.
at that heightened is
Okay.
detect magic. That's
So there
Source
is.
of
Did it dispel already?
There is
No.
the presence of
Yeah.
magic. Just going down the list here. The School of Magic would be transmutation. There are like all of these things are at the same level of magic, if that makes sense.
so
So
there's nothing else
they're
magical.
all-
It's only these things.
Well, you don't know. You know that there
I
is
can
magic,
pinpoint the highest, but I see what you're saying.
but
They
they
all
are
have
all
the same.
the same.
Got you.
That's the you would assume.
So I think
that
they're all just. I think they're individually powered themselves. All right, I relay the information I found out to, and that's my turn.
After Bastro is going to be Kashak.
Kashak is pretty unhappy with what just happened, but he is going to stand up.
Okay.
He's going to move.
I'd like you to roll me a
5.
reflex save if you wouldn't mind
Before I move, you said?
before you move.
36,
36 is a success.
which is a critical success, if that matters.
Okay, so you watch as you stand up and you begin to move, all of the statues simultaneously begin putting themselves, like, running towards you, running into you, bumping into you, and trying to impede your path. But you are able to avoid being either knocked prone or treating the area as difficult terrain by reflexively slipping in between, quickly dodging around, and maneuvering between the statues.
Huh. Is my path to this door now, like, unimpeded, or, like, I am able to get around it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Yeah,
And I'm going to try to open the door.
sure. That is going to be reveal area. Like,
The beholder.
so, that is a legally distinct entity that is not impacted.
Oh, sorry.
Behind the door is a redacted.
Look at this large tentacled beast with a
FTP.
massive eye.
And several eye stalks. What is going on?
You see a small antechamber with 2 doors.
Okay. So. Alright, I think we can just go around this shit.
Hey.
That's gonna be my turn.
That's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 statues that are still active. 3 of them are going to try to slam into and hit Kashak with the sword. 3 of them are going to try to slam into and hit Bastro with the sword.
I'd like to
Bumper
use-
cars. This is so
It's-
strange.
It's basically bumper cars, yeah.
Yeah.
This is not a reflex save, this is your attack rolls.
This is the attack rolls.
This is gonna be fine, I'm sure.
First attack on Kashak is... Oop. This trap stat sheet is across 2 different pages. 34.
Hits.
Second one. Uh, 47 on the second one. Third one.
Oh, what?
40.
Are we gonna die to a trap?
That's a normal hit, so you have 2 normal hits and a crit. What's your attack bonus?
Something bonkers, apparently.
You roll on a natural 19 to get to a 47, so you have plus 29.
28.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, this is gonna hurt my bones.
When traps kill me.
The real question is, are they gonna follow me out of this room? But I guess I can just close the door.
34 on the crits.
Oh, you're fine.
34 on the crit? Oh, okay.
22 on one of the regular hits.
No, see you, Dan.
21 on the other regular hits.
Dan really did not like the amount of damage that you just dealt. Dan heard that damage and was like, nope, I'm out.
Okay, that was definitely uncomfortable for me, but I'll be fine in the long run.
Not dead. And
Not dead.
and we lost the guy I was trying to hit next. So,
He's
Yeah.
AC 32.
Are you here, Dan?
are you positive?
Yeah,
Gordon's
we're all 32, except for Fiona.
Oh, that makes things easy.
Nope. Dan disagrees. He
He says
disagrees.
Gordon's acting up.
38's on the first one. 36 on the second one. 32 on the third one.
Hit.
Wow.
Yeah, you hate to hear it.
So that'll be.
I think that's three
Three
hits.
Yep.
3 hits.
That'll be 23 on the first one, 17 on the second one, and 23 on the third one. So what is that? 46, 56, 63 total.
So you said 23, 17, 23?
Yeah. We're all just playing musical chairs in our.
Or just dancing around. Yeah.
I
Shake
think
guys, I think he's unconscious.
we're gonna go ahead and take a quick break now. I know we started a little bit late, but we're gonna take a quick break, try to figure out this technical issue, and we'll be right back. Thank you.
See you soon.
Hello and welcome back. And as we've said before, and as will probably happen again, it's not an episode of Heroes of Absalom if we don't have a little bit of technical difficulty. So thank you for sticking around with us. Bastro, I have a very important question for you.
Is it I take 0 damage and the statues crumble? Is that the question?
That's
Which
not
is
a
really the question.
Yeah,
That would-
Not a question.
That would be a fortunate statement in your favor. Does 23 points of damage put you unconscious?
23 total? No.
Would the next 17 put you unconscious?
No.
So it would take the full 63 to put you unconscious.
Correct.
You had
Okay.
more than 40 at once. Okay.
That's good for you.
Because they were going to curb stomp you, I'm sure.
Because they would have slapped you regardless of your standing or not. So that is their round. That is the trap's routine.
So am I unconscious? Is what I'm hearing?
You got dunked in the brain.
Okay. I got bonked.
Yeah.
All right.
Bunked.
So I'm gonna go ahead and move you in the initiative. As is
At least I got to go a little bit.
It's also not an episode of Heroes of Absalom if Bastard doesn't get moved in initiative because of going unconscious.
Gosh.
This is weird. On my initiative tracker, I must not have been paying attention because I wrote Basro, Kashak, statues, Pathfinder.
Is that supposed to be Fearin? Does Fearin represent all Pathfinder?
You aren't you a Pathfinder Society guy? That's what you learned, right?
I'm just gonna cross off Pathfinder because that doesn't make sense, and it is now Fearin's turn.
Oh god, well this changes a lot of things. Okay.
Doesn't it though?
So I wouldn't even be able to see around the corner to see what happened to Kashak. I just hear shouting.
Would you have heard me say, I think we can just go around, maybe?
Yeah, but I like, do the statues hit you and then go back, or do they hit you and then like stay there?
They go back. They go back to like skirting around the room to block progress.
Yeah.
So I think we can just run.
They're not stationary. This whole room is quote unquote the trap.
So you're hearing a ton of
yeah.
like grinding and
Yes.
sliding of stone on
Exactly.
stone. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you see Bastard fall like a sack of potatoes.
Yeah, you just hear a loud thunk.
Fearin will say, "Twinkletoes, is this always to be expected with your group? I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a little more competence instead of just heedlessly running into the next combat. I have ways of healing everyone. Everyone."
Less trash talking, smoke boy, more doing stuff.
Smoke boy.
Also, he did pick up his wand from last episode.
Yep.
He did pick it
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
I said it.
off the map, yeah.
I said it multiple times. Just want to be clear about that. I'm going to move to right behind Twinkletoes' first action. Second 2 actions, I am going to cast a very powerful heal spell on Bastro.
Ooh.
What's it called?
Very powerful.
This is a very powerful heal spell called Heal.
What level?
4th level.
For those of us keeping track at home.
So that's going to be 4d8 plus 32.
Doing second 2 action.
Yeah, 2 action. $63 points of healing, the exact amount of damage you just took. Oh my
Wow.
god. Hey, Bastro,
It's
But
like,
you come up and Fearin just says, Bastro, if you don't spend all 3 of the next 2-second increments that you can do something running, I'm going to be very upset with you.
they're gonna knock me down before I
Sorry,
can even.
Funnily enough,
That's my turn.
he still
that's my
ends up
turn.
with more health than he started with his combat with.
That is true.
It's true.
That is your
my
turn, which means it is now Twinkletoes.
You both cool. I'm gonna use all 50 feet of my movement to get to here.
I need you to roll a reflex save for me.
Okay. That's gonna be a 35.
You're gonna treat the entirety of the room as difficult terrain as these things block.
Is
your
that
path.
Is that
That's a
a
critical
success
success then,
or
Oh, it's a fail.
it's a fail? Okay. as difficult terrain, I still make it through.
I figured as much. It just might depend on how many actions you have when you get on the other side.
No.
5,
5.
15.
I have 50 feet of movement. 50.
35, 45. Yeah, you would get to Kashak with 50 feet.
Yeah, with 50 feet. Okay, so then I'll spend
And
my
you
next.
can't end your move action on Kashak.
No.
So
So I would end it here and then go here.
it's 2 actions. You got 1 left.
I will check this door for traps.
Go ahead and roll a perception for me.
Also looking for a way to trigger these to turn off, maybe.
I don't know if we need to be honest. We can just leave.
28.
As far as you can tell, this door is not trapped.
Cool. Seeing my turn.
That'll bring us to the top of the round, which is now Kashak. And we get some music running. Since somebody's gone unconscious.
Kashak is gonna close this door from where he is.
Alright. Gonna have to move into the room. You're in the doorway.
Wait, hold on. What?
Why?
Do I have to move out of the room? Because I can't open the door unless I'm here, right? Like, I can't open the door from here. I have to be in this door to open the door.
I'll give it to you. You can open a door in adjacent square.
I'm going to close the door. And then I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to open this door.
You open that door. And you see...
Hey
the
guys,
last
just
corner of
come
the
this
church.
way instead of the way that has swords in it.
I feel so dumb.
About that?
So Fearin heard Kashak say we can just go around, but Ben didn't hear what I said. Didn't understand what I said. That would be 3 actions. Close door, move, open door.
Bastro, it is your turn.
Thank God. Stand up. Let's go out here.
Drink. Pass out. Drink.
20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Fearin.
I'm gonna step, close the door, and then move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 to here.
Alright. I'm gonna drop back
Sheether then
initiative
walks
now.
over and opens the door and then steps into the room.
Sheether takes 6 stab shots to the face.
Right there, 3 actions.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
no!
We're out of initiative now.
Okay. What the fuck, man?
Yeah. Wait, Bastro. No, Bastro.
What? What's
I
going
have,
on?
I have so many questions about that room.
I'm wounded one now for no reason.
What are your questions?
Who set this trap? Why? Why is there just a way to get around it? What's the point of the trap?
Or
Bali.
idiots like us.
Set it so that people wouldn't get farther into the room if they weren't supposed or into the temple if they weren't supposed to. The other side would have been a different type of trap, but it wasn't finished because she didn't ascend.
So if we just left, we would have been fine.
Well, you inevitably would have tried the other door, and you still would have gone into it, but you just wouldn't have had to.
Yeah, I think we would have seen that door and then just closed the room though. But anyway.
You see a halo.
I'm gonna treat wounds on Bastro.
Excellent. You see it. Oh, you also see a halo appear on Bastro's head.
Hey, I could also use a little bit of that if possible.
Give me 10 minutes so I'm not wasting all of my tokens.
Yeah, a couple of lizards come over and also are looking for some healing.
How much are we all down?
125.
Ether needs 75. I need 124.
I beat you by 1.
Yeah, we're down by some numbers.
I'm not gonna be able to heal all of that. I'll just be real.
I can. So 325 divided
Oh right,
by...
you got your thing.
Well, let's do the treat wounds first.
Yeah, give me the treatments. So with 325 divided by 48 off the top of your head.
Yeah,
Everyone,
let me just-
let's go.
Let me just
Will, I'm doing these medicine checks at DC 30, just so you
Okay.
know.
325 divided by 48 is 6.7.
6.77.
Oh,
So it's going to take.
An hour and 10 minutes.
it'll take
Yeah.
over an hour anyway. So, yeah, I'll treat wounds first, for sure. Oh, I crit on Dan, on Bastro rather. I rolled a natty 19. Crit. So how much that's a lot of healing.
Give it to me.
You're rolling medicine checks in the DC 40? You're nuts.
DC 30.
DC
You
30.
can't. Yeah, you can't do DC 40 until you're legendary.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just like really gambling there.
Dan, get 52 HP back.
Boy, so the full.
You also lose your wounded condition.
It's like Twinkle Toes, come here.
I mean, you don't have to treat wounds. I can just heal everyone the full since we're not pressed for time. I can just recast the same focus point over and over again.
We are pressed for time, effectively, if we're in a dungeon.
Oh,
We're trying to get out.
I don't think we're in a dungeon. I think we're just.
I mean,
going
it's an hour-long cooldown, and it sounds like this is going to take us more than an hour, so we can just do
All
this
All right, go ahead. Yeah.
at time, right? So.
So how many 10-minute increments would it take you, Bastro?
It takes.
Well, hold
six.
on. Let me do this
Six now.
first. Yeah.
But is that including refocuses or not?
Yeah, including the refocuses. So, one every 10 minutes, 48 HP each.
I crit on Twinkle Toes also, 41 HP. I did not crit for Kashak.
Because you don't like me.
So with the three of those, we will call it an hour, and 10
That works.
minutes for Bastro to get his
Shock, you-
focus point back.
Kashak, you get 39.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, are we just waving it, saying that we're full?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming that once you do everybody once in the time that he's going around doing this,
Yeah. If we're both
Yeah.
healing at the same time, we'll all full.
That
It'll
was
take an
fine.
hour. Yeah,
and then 10 minutes for the focus point.
I'm all
exactly.
good for expediting that stuff.
And so it's now like 1:15 in the morning. Everybody go ahead and give me a perception check on this room as you enter it. You see around you that this short hall contains several tools in dusty display cases on the walls. You see like abaci.
Abacortices?
You see like triangle rulers, like architectural tools. And another one of these swords, the spatulate tipped swords.
I got a 41 perception.
Oh, dang.
41 perception. You see
Natty
that's
19.
one of the wall cases. There are like glass cases covered in dust that hold these various implements in this hall on display. You see, despite the dust, that there is something in one of the cases that has not taken the same level of debris and I don't want to say erosion because it wasn't like water damage, but like the gradual decay of like 20 years of being left open to the elements. You pull open the case, and it is a small jeweler's loop on a headband with like a sapphire gem embedded in it.
Shit.
And if you were to detect magic, it is in fact magical.
What about,
Boys,
what about the spatulated sword? Is that magical too?
No.
it takes me 1 minute to identify this
So-
thing.
Roll an Arcana for me.
Oh, a natty 18 for a total of 38.
38. This item is known as an Eye of Fortune.
Ooh, that sounds cool.
An Eye of Fortune is a jeweled eye symbol, allowing you to magically see through the eye patch as though it were transparent. It lets you, as a free action, when you attack a concealed or hidden creature, and have not yet attempted the flat check, you can free action activate this to roll the flat check twice and take the better result.
Whoa. That's
Is it
pretty-
like a tiara or is it an eye patch?
It's an eye patch.
Oh, I don't put it on then. I give it to
Worn
Astro.
eyepiece.
Anyone else? Bastard would love this. Anyone else?
I forget the rules for worn items. Can you not wear one on the same slot? Do they have slots?
There's no slots. I've not seen anything about slots.
There are slots. You can't wear two different glove slots, basically.
Well, it's not like Bastard. Bastard has multiple eyes, so I feel like this should be okay.
Hey man, I don't know how to tell you this. I also have multiple eyes. Namely 2.
Who has goggles of the like night goggles though? Don't
I
we all
do.
have them?
Yeah,
I do not.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a
those are-
Bastro win on
those
that,
are pretty big.
that
Yeah,
argument.
it's better for Bastard anyway because I can't.
Well, you have a feat that does this, don't you?
Well, I can't, it's not on the concealment, on the hidden rather. But it's I have blind fight. It's I shouldn't take it. It's for you.
Let me just
take
invalidate
it.
my feet real quick. With this.
Yo, this is a big find, dude.
I can
I have
retrain.
fortune.
Do keep
Well,
in mind that
welcome.
that is a fortune effect, so you can't hero point the roll attack that you use this for.
That is.
That's fine. It's only for the concealed thing, which could be good or bad.
It's great for people you hang out with who cast a lot of obscuring mists and fog clouds.
With this item,
This is a huge find for the party, no joke, because I can now be indiscriminate with my spells.
Way more indiscriminate, yeah.
I
With
still
this-
exist, but I'm not.
with this
running.
item,
I don't remember.
Bastard has 9 invested items. Magic items.
What?
Yep.
How?
He's just very magical. You know?
I have
Wow.
5, and again,
At
like
least someone is invested in this campaign.
I have 5, and 3 of them. If I lost them today, I would not care. Like,
Two,
Thankfully-
but I want them all. A lot.
Thankfully, I took the incredible investiture general feat, so I get up to 12 invested items, not just 10.
so you anticipated having this many invested.
He has already addressed this issue.
Oh,
Uh,
should use this necklace of fireballs just to stop
again,
having it.
you're standing in this hall of, not. It's very weird because all of you have seen museums before. Maybe some of you have even seen ruined structures before. This is almost like a museum hall, but it's all modern stuff. It's very surreal. Just seeing such a dilapidated, like, museum hall, this hall of trophies almost of Umbali the architect, the goddess who never was. These like holy implements that she intended that she failed, and they just became junk in an abandoned temple on display, save for this one piece that happened to have actual innate value. And as you have this conversation, you again are drawn towards this remaining door. Twinkle Toes, you already feel as though it is not trapped. What do you all do?
Would
I
like to-
open it.
Okay.
Are
Well,
we
it's not
planning
trapped, I already
on?
took a look, so.
It is rather late. I just fear how. Oh well, we're already here.
Man, I tried to right click on the stream map to move the stream map. Like, I've tried to right click OBS, the map on OBS, to move the stream
Oh.
map view. It
Nice.
We all
It
here.
did not work very well, believe it or not.
Wild. Who would have thunk?
Uh,
Alright, there's another big statue.
Kashak draws his bow and like trains an arrow on it.
You see
then-
a large statue of a Mwangi woman standing in the alcove to the north end of this room on an imposing stone base. She holds an abacus in one hand and has a hand up to her spectacles. That is hilarious because that's not actually the art that I have of her. She has a dry font standing near her.
What font? What font?
Pirate? Papyrus. That's the only
fucking
dry font
Comic
there
Sans,
is.
my dude.
Okay.
That's why she didn't ascend. She was an adherent to the Sans.
Got
My
it.
joke was so much better.
Gotta say it with more confidence.
I did say it with confidence, damn it!
Seriously, though, what do you mean? Was it dry font? What does it mean? What do you mean?
Like a water basin that is on
Oh,
like
okay.
a set of legs. It looks like
Like an empty holy water tub.
yeah. Imagine like a baptismal font, though it has long since been
Ah,
disused of water. To draw a comparison to a Judeo-Christian Western ideal.
a what? It's a funky looking bird, Bath. Let's be real.
Let me see if I can actually find this. Oh, that's the wrong book. I almost showed you a picture of Deliana's fountain in the crypts.
Oh, I missed that dungeon. Can we go back to that dungeon?
That was
It was so
cool
much
dungeon.
fun.
Remember that time you absolved a ghost girl of?
And like her dad's past trauma.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a good time.
We were super
Um,
afraid of a monster that was like, no, that's scary.
Details. Player art handouts.
Friggin' Doulahan.
Here we go. This is the one.
That Doulahan really did put the fear.
That is
Whoa.
a spatulate tip sword.
Okay.
Yeah, this
Come
makes
on.
sense.
Are we really going in this room?
And that
Yeah,
is
this statue looks like it wants to kill us.
Mbali.
We don't have a
the
choice.
architect.
What's our option?
You do see two doors leading
Yeah,
out
we
to
don't
the
have a
east
choice.
and the west.
We can live here.
Kashak has an arrow like drawn in his bow and turns to Swinkletoes. Say the word and I'll take the first shot. We can maybe get the drop on this thing.
Bastard, can you detect magic on that thing?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nope, it's too far.
I may have something I can try.
We'll get in there, new guy.
Don't hurt her, she's gorgeous though. Like,
I'm gonna shoot her in the face with an arrow.
She got
Fearin like will touch something on his armor and he goes invisible.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna start walking into the room.
I'm gonna stop you there.
Yep. Okay.
Fearin, in your head,
Oh, it's freaking mental effects. Being invisible doesn't matter.
In your head,
you hear
zombie.
In your head.
Zombie.
and their bombs and their guns and their guns and their bombs in your head.
That song is so good, but goddamn, the lyrics are so stupid.
Don't at me with
Doesn't
those
make
lyrics. I know they were wrong. You hear, not a priest of Mbali, nor escorted by a priest of Mbali. At last the contingency is at hand. With your deaths, my contract is complete. And with that, a circle of darkness erupts around Fearin, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Fearin will say, "Hey, it didn't work. It didn't work."
the last.
Everybody can take Scout's warning as well.
I go last +2.
Last +2.
Last +2.
Well, I'm last times infinity. Let me just make sure.
0
that that's-
times infinity is still 0.
Let me just make sure that that's how the spell works.
Oh, like shit.
Yeah, 20-foot burst. 20-foot burst, centered. We'll call it right there.
Whoa.
Yeah. We will two back. Can we get some music? And Kashak, what'd you get?
29.
29. Fearin?
31.
31. Bassro.
25.
25. And Twinkle Toes is last.
This is not great initiative from us, y'all.
Not the best.
Not the best.
I chose mine, so.
I can't falter for that. So, once again, this magic darkness just springs into existence, spouting out. It looks almost like from under Fearon's feet, similar to his obscuring mist, but it is just pure, pitch black darkness that erupts. And I'm pretty sure that's 5, 10, 15, 20. That's 25 feet. That's my bad. I was like, that's too big. That's better.
That's too big.
Too big, Will.
It's just too large.
My spoon is too big.
That's all you. I mean, you don't see anything.
Okay.
Fearon, it's your turn. You are in utter pitch black.
First action, he's gonna activate his goggles of night.
You have them too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Which gives me dark vision. Can I see through this darkness or no?
Depends on what level.
Well, that's what I'm asking. So he does this.
All really scared of.
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Well, he's gonna try something then. He saw the statue and is just going to assume that this is where the statue is. He's gonna cast Fairy Fire in a 10-foot burst around where the statue was that he was seeing. This is not a targeted effect, it's a 10-foot burst.
Sure.
So the burst will start, well actually we'll have it start in this corner, right here. So it would get the full statue and then the surrounding, 5-foot squares.
Okay. You're not sure if anything happens because you cannot see the effects of your spell.
Yeah, I thought. That's what Fearon would do, though. That's his turn. And he will just say, this is magical darkness. He'll share that.
Up next is Kashak.
Kashak, I think, goes to turn the same dial on his goggles of night, but instead, some kind of force stops his hand. His kind of white gem eye glows a little bit. And he starts to see very faintly at the end of the room some kind of collection of colors that he's maybe not used to.
Kashak, as vision begins to return to your eyes, you see walls around you, unfamiliar to the space you were just in. You see the rough-hewn stone of a cavern in just the faintest gray surrounding you. And you see the bright red patches of heat on the ground left by your footsteps. The great paw imprints of heat still lingering from when you walked down here just seconds ago. And next to those footsteps, you see the trail of blood that you have left in your wake.
Oh no.
And as you turn your head back and forth, the vision begins to clear up into this room once more. but the heat signature that you see, what's the range on that?
It's 30 feet, so I mean, my next action was going to be to move just forward, knowing that the object is forward. I'm 35 feet away.
Yeah. So when you get into the next square,
Bonk.
you get one up. You see the outline of a creature. Actually, more than one creature.
Oh, do I?
If I could click it, because I have so many things.
For those following along at home, I have activated the incandescent sight ability of my soul seed, which gives me heat sight.
God, you finally said the name of this darn item. It's the first time you said it.
Eric and I had a whole heart-to-heart about it on last session.
I don't think you ever said the name of it, though. You were talking about what it was doing to you.
It's a soul seed, which is a kind of relic. It has bestowed upon me some gifts.
What
You see
Very cool.
are these things?
3 creatures outlined in heats,
What?
in brilliant reds, oranges, and yellows.
This sucks.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, what? You just see that when you step 5 feet in, you still have the rest of this move action and whatever else you would like.
I think I would have seen this guy from the original square.
All right. I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I can now see all of them. Actually, can't see this guy. I'm gonna hunt the one that's on the statue.
Okay.
Actually, no, I've already taken 3 actions. I had to activate heat sight and then step forward. So as a result of that, I will continue moving. I will go 5, 10, 15. And I will a free action call to my friends. There are some kind of invisible creatures near the statue. Something very strange looking. That's my turn.
Could not hear a single thing you just said. Twinkletoes.
I said, everything's sort of invisible right now.
Invisible creatures plus darkness.
It is Bastro's turn.
Bastro. He has dark vision, but I'm assuming he cannot see.
So yeah, Will, even with dark vision, we can't see these creatures because heightened darkness, you can still see them, they're just concealed. So we still can't see them?
Normal darkness is it's like if you have dark vision, you can see. But heightened darkness, even if you have dark vision, you cannot see through that heightened.
No, you can. The creatures are just concealed. Yeah, I am too. Heightened 4th level. Even creatures with dark vision can barely see through the darkness. They treat targets as though they are concealed.
Oh, look at me. I stand corrected. My
You
bad.
do not see them.
Yeah, that's all I was looking. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I think they're invisible.
They're invisible.
The
Wow,
darkness.
that's rough.
Which
Dang.
thankfully supersedes the darkness.
Right. But still sucks.
Who's
Bastro?
It's Bastro's.
Bastro is going to cast a spell that has been casted for a long time. A little 3rd level Dispel Magic.
Thank you.
Hey.
Now I'm going to counteract, the darkness spell that has been cast in this room.
Okay, so you gotta roll a counteract check. Everybody's favorite
Welcome
second
to
edition
the
rule.
worst set of rules in this game
So
system.
now we learn all this.
It's actually pretty simple. You just
I
have
still
to
think-
roll one check.
Yeah, so
Correct.
when I attempt to counteract check, I use my relevant skill modifier or the appropriate modifier to your check against the target's DC. So it would be my spell DC against your spell DC. right? Something like that.
Your spellcasting
DC.
ability modifier plus your proficiency
Right.
bonus.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah.
Plus any bonuses that specifically apply to counteract checks if you have any.
Which I do know.
So basically, I think it's basically your spell attack mod. Because you probably don't
Yeah,
have
your
any
spell
weird
attack
bonuses,
mod
but
versus their spell DC mod.
whatever the caster's DC for this spell would be.
Well, the DC is for all casters' spells are the same.
Not bastards,
Right.
each spells have different DC, but I mean that's a specific case. But
Yeah, I mean from the same list. I mean,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh my god. I literally just rolled a natural 20.
Hey.
That's a 40.
So, is the counteract level of the target no more than 3 levels higher of the effect's counteract level?
Which is level 3. So is this a level 6 or lower darkness spell? In which, if it is, it's gone.
Spells counteract if one of these spell target plus anyone here. Counteract is the check result.
Yeah, the spell level. Yeah, exactly right.
Targets. The effect is a spell. Its level is the counteract level.
Basically, what level spell is it, and how much higher is it than 3rd level?
Yeah, that's so poorly worded. Wow. Why
I get that it has to be written this way for it to like make logistical sense and be coherent, but Jesus, this is like some of the most crunchy. Like this is why people don't like playing Pathfinder, is like stuff like this, where it's like
Yeah.
complete unnecessary crunch for what should be like a pretty simple compared to numbers.
Yeah. Yep. Darkness is gone.
Yeah.
Huge. Would it have been gone if we hadn't crit?
I'm not
Guess
gonna
we'll
tell
find
you
out
that.
So Baxter doesn't see these 3 creatures, correct?
No, you can only search.
I can search, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to enter Arcane Stance. And that's going to end my turn.
All right. After Bastro is going to be Twinkle Toes.
Using my keen eyes feat, I get a +2 circumstance bonus when using the seek action to find hidden or undetected creatures within 30 feet of me.
Oh, and you know, Will, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
The last sentence of the spell Fairy Fire. If the creatures are invisible, they are concealed while affected by Fairy Fire rather than undetected. So
They all get hit with it.
No.
They all would have gotten hit with it. No. They all would have
They all
gotten hit
would've?
with it.
Oh, 10-foot
The
burst.
10-foot burst from this square. That's the square I pointed to.
Because now they have fairy fire all over them.
Give me 1 sec. You cannot see them.
Oh, there's something weird going on here. Then.
Something
Okay.
funky is happening. My heat
Yeah.
sight can see them, but your fairy fire isn't making them undetected, or isn't making them concealed.
Yeah.
Cool. What's happening?
I spilled wine on my keyboard. That's what's happening.
Oh, God.
no.
Oh,
Poor
The
rice all
monsters
over
did
it.
it.
no.
Tip the keyboard up on its side and put a paper towel up under it.
I mean, there's not a lot of space. I'm trying. Okay. I know, during my turn, right? Okay.
If you stand up on one foot and tilt your head and then you jump, that should get.
Jack, you are not helping.
Put an ice cube under your pillow.
I swear to God, this is why I don't have guy friends. Just kidding.
First of all,
So-
ouch.
I love you guys so much. I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, I suppose. I'm probably just gonna like run until I hit something, because I don't know if there are things here.
I mean,
You know-
Kashak said that there were creatures.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind. So I do know there are things there. In that case, I am gonna stop like here
Okay.
and seek to pinpoint where these creatures are with my second action.
Sure. Roll a perception check.
All right. 38.
38 was exactly enough to see the hidden creatures in those spaces.
Is it just greater invisibility? Is that what's going on?
No, they were stealthing in the shadows.
What?
I mean, maybe if you roll some knowledge checks, you might find out more.
What? Sorry, I have a question with the fairy fire when you get a chance.
So, fairy fire means that visible creatures can't be concealed.
Yeah. So what is the fairy fire takes up 10 feet for 5 minutes? Like,
So-
what does it look like? Like, what is it doing?
They are lined in colorful, heatless fire of a color.
Yeah,
of
it
your
like
choice.
outlines. It like
They-
outlines the creatures who are in it.
They were hidden. Doesn't have. They were the condition hidden, not concealed. They were hidden by stealth,
And invisible?
not invisible.
No,
Or interesting.
just
How are they?
Stealth.
Okay, yeah. So there's something. There's something going on here. Okay.
okay. With my third action, I'm gonna parry, I suppose. Yeah, I'm gonna parry with my spell guard blade, so I also get a +1 to my saving throws.
So only Twinkle Toes can see the one she spotted, though, right? Not like none of else. Well, besides Kashak, he's got something else
Kashak and
going on.
Twinkle
but,
Toes
like
can see them now.
Twinkle Toes can see all three.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn. Sorry. Don't know if I.
Very cool. It is now their turn. At which point, all of you can now see all of them because they begin to unhide themselves.
Oh, weird.
What were they? We don't know what they're hiding in. They're just hidden.
They were considered hidden to you all.
Okay.
The only reason they weren't undetected was because they spoke mentally to Firin and cast a spell. So you knew something was there, which means that they weren't undetected.
Oh, I assumed it was the statue.
They were hidden. I mean, sure, that's getting kind of weird. Like, it doesn't matter what you assume it is. It is.
Something is there.
Something
Yeah.
is there, so
Yeah.
they weren't undetected.
Yeah,
They weren't
okay.
hidden. And Fairy Fire does not counteract.
Yeah, it doesn't interact with hidden. It doesn't interact with hidden,
Yeah.
which is weird. But
I don't know how
And now
I
that
feel
they're
about.
visible, don't we get like a bonus on them or something?
no,
Now-
if they're just normal visible, Fairy Fire does nothing.
I don't know if I
but they
love
can
the
no
way
longer
that-
be concealed to you. So if they do something that would conceal themselves, they cannot be concealed.
Had Bastro not gotten rid of the darkness, Fairy Fire would be very helpful. But
It would be fairly.
Bastro is a better caster than me.
Um, these guys, man. These guys, man. We're
I'm
gonna
about
go.
pummeled.
Yeah, it's not looking too
Yeah.
hot for you.
I
This one's
think
gonna
you
come
are.
to here. With its first action, second action, it will make a claw strike out against you. Actually, it'll make a wing strike out against you. That is a 38 to hit.
It hits.
Sorry, excuse me. That is a
Winged.
42 to hit. I apologize.
It is just a hit because I parried.
Okay.
Huge.
Hey.
That is going to be 1, 2, 3. I think that's a 6. I'm using my nice Agents of Edgewatch dice that I got for my birthday.
Nice.
And the 6 on the D6 is the Edgewatch badge that none of you have
Cool.
seen because you're not guards.
We're not using it.
12 plus 15 is 31 points of slashing.
Ooh.
And then it will wing strike you
Wings.
with its.
Again?
It clawed first. It did wing strike you first. Ah!
I know.
So take 6 of those points of damage off. I apologize. I'm messing this up, and I apologize. Take 6 points of damage off.
Mm-hmm.
But you will take persistent bleed from the wing strike at the end of your turn. Now it is going to attempt a claw strike against you, getting a 31 to hit, which I don't believe will hit you.
Nope.
Okay. That is the end of that one's turn. This one's gonna come up to here. And we'll do the same routine. First the wing. Coming in with a 37 to hits. For 20 points of piercing and 9 points of precision.
So 29 total.
Correct.
Why don't you just give me the total first?
Because damage types matter.
Not really. It really does.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'll stop giving you guys information.
We wish they mattered a ton more. That's the point.
So I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
or is
only
it
20
something-
points of damage plus 9. Ah!
I mean, if you didn't want them to know that they have sneak attack, that's fine. I won't tell you the precision.
I
damage.
love knowing they have sneak attack. I love
Um,
that.
On the contrary, I hate it and I wish they didn't.
How's a 35? 35 will get
What rogue racket are they?
you? We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
They actually cast the Sense Vitals spell, so.
Oh, that would be cool.
Good roll spell.
It's
What is
a
that?
spell
It
versus-
is.
It was in first edition. I
Hold on
don't know.
1 second. 6, 8. That'll be. Sorry, let me add up the total first.
Dang, you can get up to 5d6 on this thing. Sorry, I'm talking first edition or second edition podcast.
That's gonna be another 29 points of total damage. Oh baby, wait, is it finally time? It is finally time. We're gonna do it.
Never good when the GM gets this excited during a combat. It's never a good thing.
The night where he murders his fiance. Wow.
My fiance's character is a very big difference.
Legally. It's a legally distinct
Legally
difference.
distinct difference.
But not to me.
Not an emotionally distinct difference. Oh, friggin' cones.
Is she just recasting darkness?
No,
That's a
it's
cone.
fun.
It's a cone attack.
Oh,
You're gonna hit 2 of your boys there, who
Yeah,
are
I'm-
definitely immune to this damage type.
we are at that level where that could be a thing. Well, they may not be immune, maybe resistant to it.
What you did some advanced trigonometry here? What's going
He's
on?
trying to figure out how to hit us and not him
Nope.
He's trying to hit all of
Figure
us.
out a way to get all of us, yeah.
I'm not gonna get all of you, but I've already just slapped Twinkle Toes quite a bit, so.
He heard the threat of me not forgiving him for killing my character.
What to do? What to do? He's doing mental trigonometry in his head.
Attack of opportunity.
It actually just has the mental trait, which doesn't trigger attack of opportunity.
Damn. So he's not sitting there like.
Yeah, there's no
If
chin
you-
scratching involved.
If you do that, Cone, you'll hit 3 of us and only one of your friends.
Yep. None
Yeah.
of my friends, if I move to here. Twinkle Toes, feel free to take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, you
Oh
know
yeah, you
I
go all the
will.
way around. Fair enough.
Ooh, natty 16 for a 37.
37, okay.
Will, I have a. I'm going to be so annoying with this character. I just realized. I'm so sorry. Does casting Fairy Fire count as a hostile action? The spell can do no damage.
I would say no then.
Because if it's not a hostile action, I'm still invisible. Just so you know.
Oh, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if you're invisible.
Okay. It's just a very convenient spot then for this casting to go off.
Remember that as soon as you walked in, despite being invisible, that it spoke to you in your brain?
They see you.
Okay.
You will lost your video somehow.
Oh, shit.
So, we're gonna play a fun little mini game called Prismatic Spray.
Oh god.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
no!
Oh no.
Oh, here we go. All right.
Jack's just immediate despair.
I'm going to another place for sure. I'm going. I'll see you guys later.
So, Prismatic Spray is an oldie but a goldie.
It's like so much worse. Anything else that could have
A
happened?
spray of rainbow light beams cascades from my open palm. Each creature in the area must roll 1d8 on the table below to see which beam affects it. Ooh, in this edition, you guys roll your own beams. I like that. Then attempt a saving throw of the indicated type. The table notes any additional traits that apply to each type of ray. If a creature is struck by multiple beams, it uses the same d20 result for all saving throws. For all rays, a successful saving throw negates the effect for that creature. We're gonna start with my good friend Fear, a brand new character. Please roll me a d8.
All right.
We're back.
6.
Oh boy. Go ahead and roll me a will save.
Will save. Okay. That's not good. Well, none of these are good.
None of this is good.
Oh no. It's a tweener. Hero point.
Time.
Hero point.
Okay.
Worse. 28.
28. You are confused as a beam of indigo light slams straight into your brain. And you are confused as per the spell Warp Mind.
Oh.
So,
Would a 31 have? Well, you can't tell me that.
Like you're basically insane, right? Like that's.
I'll figure it out.
your mental faculties are scrambled. It happens instantly, so dispel magic and other effects that counteract spells cannot counteract them.
Should have waited for that dispel, huh?
It wouldn't have mattered. However, alter reality, miracle, primal phenomenon, restoration, or wish.
Yeah. Super accessible spells.
And confused.
I love this game, man. This is the best.
No, not infused. Confused. You
You're
don't have your wits
flat-footed.
about you.
Yeah.
You're
man.
flat-footed. You don't treat anyone as your ally. You can't delay or ready. Use all of your actions to strike or cast offensive cantrips, though the GM can have you use other actions to facilitate attack, such as draw a weapon, move, so forth. Your targets are determined randomly by the GM. If you have other viable targets than yourself, automatically hitting, but not scoring a critical hit. You automatically target yourself if you have no other viable targets. It is impossible for you to attack. If it's impossible for you to attack or cast spells, you battle incoherently.
Oh, this sucks.
And I believe, as per Warp Mind,
I assuming I didn't crit fail, right? So just it lasts for a minute.
Or maybe does Prismatic Spray have a duration enlisted in it?
No. Oh, that's interesting.
Well, if
Confused
it what
as
act
per the Warp Mind
like
spell.
Warp Mind?
What was your total
yeah,
again?
the 28.
Are you looking at the incapacitation?
They're higher level, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, since it says as Warp Mind, you only regular failed, so it's just for a minute. Which is good. Which is very good for you, all things considered. Moving on. Next in line would be our dear friend Kashak. Go ahead and roll me a d8.
Wait, I'm sorry. Incapacitation for spells is slightly different. If a spell has the incapacitation trait, any creature of more than twice the spell's level treats the result of their check. But Prismatic Spray is
It's a
7th.
7th level spell.
So we are not. It doesn't
Not
matter.
twice
Okay,
as long.
cool. No, it's just slightly different, but that's fine. Me next.
Yep.
Okay. Six.
That's the same one. You get slapped in the
Oh,
brain
he
with an
didn't.
indigo ray. Roll me a will save.
Didn't hear before.
Well, I am gonna hero point the natural one I just rolled.
It's probably
It's a really
Oh,
good thing we saved before this battle, guys, so we can just restart if we all die.
Yeah, exactly.
Last checkpoint.
This episode never happened.
Good. It's really good that I rolled from a 1 to a 2. It's really good.
Jack, wow, both of us just failed on a hero point saving throw. Holy crap.
Yeah, 22 on the will save.
Oh my god, wait, is that a crit fail?
That's a critical failure.
Yeah, my brain's broken. Confused permanently. Like, the second that this started happening, I knew that I was going to a new plane or I was going to get confused forever. Like, I knew it in my heart. For all eternity. God forbid I roll a red and then I get a reflex save that I crush and I take no fire damage. Like, God forbid.
Bastard, go ahead and roll me a d8.
I don't like this. I got a 1.
Roll me a reflex save.
I hate you so much.
What does this mean?
Wait, what number did you roll?
Little
I
one.
rolled a 1. Why couldn't I have gotten the will save, dude? That's the only one where if I get a success, I crit succeed. Okay, that's good. I got a 17. I'm gonna keep that one. 35. I don't know, man. That's all I got.
You watch as a streak of red light zooms past your face, singeing some of the red hairs as it goes, but
They're intense.
otherwise, hair-like antenna, excuse me. Otherwise, you are
Yes.
unperturbed and take no damage from the
Hell
fire
yeah.
that blasts past you. So, yeah. It's, whew, it's Viren's turn.
Alright, well, what do I do?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do you have a melee weapon drawn?
No. Well, I have my Staff of Divination.
The staff is always a melee weapon.
Yeah. So
Sure.
I'm gonna
You
roll
make me beat people with this staff. That's actually hilarious.
I'm gonna roll a d8.
Oh, this sucks.
Rerolling a
The
1.
nearest person?
Rerolling an 8. No, it's randomly determined targets.
I hate
Um,
this game.
So
Oh, I never rolled damage on the sneak attack or on the attack of opportunity on that guy.
what was your total?
To hit?
Yeah.
37.
That's it. Yeah, roll damage.
Wait, did we just skip damage?
Yeah.
But we started doing the prismatic spray, and then it got.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little confused.
15 points of damage on him.
15. Bueno. I'm gonna roll d8. I'm gonna reroll an 8, and we're going clockwise with Twinkle Toes being 1, top right being 2, directly right being 3, sheath red
Yeah.
being 4, so on around the line. 1.
God damn it.
So either offensive cantrip or walk up and smack her. Your choice.
I mean, I'll walk up and smack her because it'll be better for her. Unless you tell me I can't do that.
It'll be fine this round. We'll see what you do next round.
Okay, so first action I'll move. Second action, Twinkle Toes just see Fearin like cross-eyed and like drooling a little bit, just wildly swing this magical staff at your face.
Ew.
So, actually, hold on. What the heck would I even roll for this? It'd be proficiency. Okay.
I'm gonna get a drink real quick since this might take a minute.
You did this, Will.
Roll your 6.
Okay. Does a 31 hit you, EG?
No, it does not.
There you go. I assume my third action, I just swing again, Will? Is it at the same target or a new target?
Same target. Target is randomly determined each round.
Each round. Got
So
it.
right now you think
oh,
Twinkle Toes is
it's
the biggest threat to
lower.
your life.
So I swing twice just over her head.
Okay. Whew. Next up is Kashak. We're gonna do the same target prio, except a 6 will be Fearin instead of Kashak this time. 2 is gonna be the top right one. So, go ahead and strike 3 times with your bow.
31.
31 is a miss.
36.
36 is a hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
That is 18 total damage, 15 piercing and 3 sonic.
Okay.
Last attack I think is a miss is 30. Oh no, 36 again I think.
I think.
No, that doesn't make sense. 26.
That is not a hit, unfortunately. That's 3 strikes from Kashak. Man. What a fight. Bastard, you're up.
You guys, how are we gonna unbreak my brain when the spells that help me are 10th, 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 and 10th level?
Restoration is not 10th level.
I'm not understanding how that works because it doesn't.
I'm trying to figure it out myself, too.
Restoration.
I know. That's what I'm trying to- I'm fervently Googling that right now.
I'm
because
so
it-
fucking scared.
You would have to cast Restoration at like a 4th level or higher spell slot. Otherwise,
Nothing about the heightened says anything about confusion.
it does doomed. The 4th and 6th level heightened deals with the doomed condition.
This is definitely a conversation for later, but Warp Mind talks about Restoration, and then Restoration doesn't say shit about it. So
I thought it was a counteract check. Maybe I'm wrong.
But it's very specific about the conditions you can counteract. It
Yeah.
says clumsy, enfeebled, stupefied. 4th adds drained. 6th adds doomed.
I think this is one of those cases where it's specific in this spell. So it's going to work the same. Like, you can counteract with Restoration, and the
Okay.
level that you're casting it at is going to depend on how effective the counteract check
Okay.
is.
Okay, so
Because-
specific in Warp Mind overrolling the general. Okay.
Correct.
I can do restoration tomorrow.
You've got to knock him unconscious first.
All right. First,
I imagine by tomorrow we'll want to do that.
All right. Master, you're up.
yep. First 2 actions, I cast haste on myself. Stride 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Fourth action, recall knowledge on these creatures. What are we fucking fighting?
Nature.
Just nature.
Just
Okay.
nature. Unless you have a lore that I don't think-
Occultism, maybe? No? Okay.
It's nature.
And our nature boy is currently flinging arrows at everyone.
He's a bit confused at the moment.
We're only trained in
Nature
nature.
boys,
Yeah, the
I'm gonna-
druid nature
I'm gonna
boy is
hero
also
point that.
confused.
but not slinging arrows.
Should I hear point that?
No, please save your hero point for another prismatic.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It showed its
I rolled a
hand.
natural
It showed
one.
its big cards.
I rolled a natty 1. Can you crit fail recall knowledge? I don't think so.
Sure
Yeah.
can, big guy.
You get
Oh.
fake information.
Well,
I'm not going to go through the effort of really going into the deep info on this, but you are pretty sure that this is a demon from the abyss, and it has come to eat your brain.
checks out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's eaten 2 of our brains.
I relayed it. I relayed that info to my team.
That detail is why the recall knowledge checks are usually secret checks, but we toss it out.
I cannot be asked to make half of the rolls in this game myself.
Yeah. This asks the GM. This game asks the GM to roll so many more dice than is
I-
like fun for players.
It would be a different conversation, I think, if we played a home game like all together in person, and I had your character sheets up in front of me, and I wove all of that in more fluidly. But we're doing a show. I want you guys to roll dice. Yeah. Some of them I still do like traps and stuff because those are pretty obvious. Yeah, you think it's a demon associated with all of the demon-like traits that one might think.
Master of Scare.
That was 4 actions from you, yes?
Yep.
Twinkletoes, Fearon just swung twice at you with a staff. What are you gonna do about it? Maybe rip his heart out? I don't know. Just throwing out ideas here.
Oh, and actually, I want to be clear about how that happened. I was invisible and then appeared in front of you, attacking you.
Yeah, and I shout at you, I knew we couldn't trust you. And,
Yeah,
But
that's gonna
then I
look
go up
really
and-
bad. Fearon leading them into an ambush, and then leading them into another ambush,
And then
And
trying to
then
kill
attack.
Twinkle Toes.
and
yeah.
then trying to kill Twinkletoes.
And Kashak's
I'm-
been on it since day one.
I'm gonna dual finisher the 2 big guys, though.
Yeah, go ahead and roll it.
Okay. One that I'm flanking with Bastro is gonna get the rapier, other one's gonna get the Spellguard Blade.
Sounds good.
Okay. That's gonna be a 36 to hit
36 to hit.
on the flat-footed one.
Okay, that is a hit.
And then natural 20 on the other one.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. Flat-footed one. Oh, shit! That was dope. Okay. 22. Sorry. 30 points of damage to the flat-footed one.
Okay.
Now excuse me while I roll 12d4 for the other one.
It might be time for Twinkle Toes to switch to a dice roller for some of these rolls.
but I like rolling all the dice.
Yeah, what are you popping right now? Like 66 per hit or something like that? On
This
D6?
one's 12d4 because of
D4.
It's not painful to roll by hand. Those are sharp.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. 12, 16, 20, 22, 24, 25, 29, 32, 38 points of damage for the other one.
All right, so 2 big hits. Both. Wait 1 second. I'm rereading and rereading this stat block because it is also complex. I just want to make sure. Yeah. Okay. So you slam into them. What are your? They're just made out of regular steel. They're not like any special materials, right?
One of them is my Spellguard Blade, which has Eldritch glyphs, but yeah, it's just regular metal.
Okay.
And I believe same with my +1 Draken Rapier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're slamming into them. You deal as much damage as you think you should be, but they don't seem to be reacting. Like, you are carving out large chunks, but they don't seem to be reacting in pain. Like, you're slashing and it's like almost superheated blood, where you see like that bright orange on the inside of these like almost stone-like plates that make up the carapace. You're ripping out plates with your strikes, and this bright orange, almost like magma-like blood is like dripping out, but they just don't seem to care.
I'm gonna do a flip. Because I'm flipping out right now, man.
When in doubt, flip it out.
Exactly. Okay, it's a 38 acrobatics.
38 acrobatics is a success or a critical success. One of the
I
two.
get panache back.
One of these days, I'll figure out what the DC should be.
And I'll parry and just do my turn.
Oh yeah.
I'm scared.
Dual finisher is a single action. That's crazy.
Yeah.
He's no longer going to take an action to concentrate and bring these things back. So the shadowy duplicates disappear.
Oh. Oh.
He is then going to.
Man.
You remember when this was just like a meeting in a parking lot?
Yeah,
Doing drug deal and then.
Like the most powerful Eldritch horror that we've ever encountered is just like hanging out in a basement.
A church basement though. That's a little more.
I can't like figure out this dungeon. Like what is this dungeon? I don't understand. Who put this stuff here?
It's going to cast a spell at.
Prismatic spray.
No.
It just does it again.
The cast Prismatic Spray only hit Kashak.
It's gonna fly 30 feet up into the air. The cathedral ceilings here are 40 feet. It's gonna fly 30 feet up and into like the center, like where it's beginning to peak, and then it will. So it's actually only going to go 25 feet, so it can stay within range of Twinkle Toes to cast this spell. Twinkle Toes, I need a Fortitude save from you.
I'll hero point it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have to roll a ranged attack roll first.
Oh, thank you.
Flipping back and forth between a complicated stat block and spells. Good time. That is a 35 to hit. So go ahead and roll that fortitude save.
It's a natural 20 for a 39 with my Spellguard Blade, which I'm parrying.
All right, you are unaffected.
Thank you.
That's its turn.
Whew!
Next
Guys,
up-
that was some good hero point economy, though, because it went from a 4 to a 20.
We like good hero point economy right now.
Next up is Fearin. Gonna go 1,
Put me in, coach.
2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Gonna roll d6. Gonna reroll 6. 1 Twinkle Toes. 2 the creature. 3 Sheethra. 4 Kashak. 5 Bastro. It's gonna be a 4. 1, 2, 3,
For Kashak.
4. Yep, for Kashak. Go ahead and roll me a d4. Evens, melee odds is cantrip.
Alright, evens is melee, odds is cantrip. Evens is a 2. Melee. So I'll go 5, 10, 15. And one slack-jawed idiot attacking another slack-jawed idiot. She's just gonna swing wildly. Alright. My plus 15 to hit here. Freaking natural 19. 34 hits you, right?
34
Yep.
does hit.
So we just treating this like a bow staff or something? What are we treating this as?
Staff has a damage thing.
Oh, like magical staffs do?
Yeah. They count as...
Yeah, staff. 1d4 bludgeoning.
plus strength.
Oh,
Are you wielding it in 2 hands?
most likely.
He usually doesn't, but I guess Will can tell me if I am.
I feel like in this case, you would be.
Okay. Does that make it a D6? Is that up the damage dice?
You're so optimistic. It's d8.
Doubles it?
2-hand d8.
Wow. Okay. Kashak, take 4 points of damage.
Okay, how
My
does
first
that
attack.
interact with the DC 11 flat check that the confused condition lets me have to recover from my confusion and end the condition?
Yeah,
Given that
this
the
is really
confusion
weird.
is in fact permanent.
I think the permanency overrides that.
Or to be like, like on his next turn, he's coherent, because
The flat, to get rid of it, I imagine the flat check would supersede the permanence of it.
I mean, I can't imagine that you could duplicate the effect of a wish spell with a DC 11 flat check.
What's your point?
It's a good question. What is your point?
I don't think, since your duration is permanent, I don't think a flat check. I'm looking
people online are very confused also. I've been trying to
Natural
LOL.
read
basic
anything
confusion.
about this spell.
LOL.
Thank you.
Confused. But yeah, that's a really great question.
And as Ben is saying, every forum is a mess.
Huh.
I don't think there's an answer out there for this.
It depends on the term permanent, and Pathfinder uses permanent in a lot of different ways. Often they use it to mean unlimited duration. In other situations, they mean it to mean like incurable. It's obviously not incurable, but like incurable with normal methods.
This is an interesting question. Go ahead and roll a die, and if you roll under an 11, we don't have to continue talking about it.
I rolled 5. So this one comment's pretty interesting. On one hand, warm mind should be permanent. The specific versus general clause would apply, and it explicitly states how to counteract it. On the other hand, the specificity is about counteracting, not removal. Practically, the spell is hot garbage if you can remove it with a DC 11 on a damage check. Like if I was permanently confused and then it just went away with a DC 11 flat check, that's not a 7th level spell. Like that's bad. So I don't even think I get the flat check, to be honest. Like permanent confusion is life altering
Yeah.
and should be treated as such. So I think we're good saying I don't have one.
That's what I would tend to agree with until we find a more concrete answer as to why
Yeah.
we would get one.
Because it knocked sense into him.
Because my brain
Yeah, it's the
was
classic trope of getting bonked on the head by a stick and remembering what your amnesia
Who
was.
I am as a
Amnesia,
person.
Yeah.
I took my 4 points damage.
Bueno.
Okay,
Was
third
that-
action, I attack again.
Was that including your strength, assuming you have any?
Yes, it was. Thank you.
Big assumption he has any.
My second attack it misses with the -5. It's so low.
All right. Shock. Same deal, but a 4 is Fearin instead of you. A 4 is Fearin instead of you, and I'm gonna say you're gonna use your claws on this one because he got up next to you to try to bonk you. You're gonna try to bonk it back.
Oh, that's a good thing for Fearin. 30 to hit.
Hits.
You take 17 points of slashing damage.
It hits, yeah, because confused makes you flat-footed, like, permanently.
24 to
Fearin,
hit.
I would say that you would get the flat check, right?
Yeah, confused for a minute.
That's your call, I think.
I feel like you would get the flat check on that since it's not permanent.
Okay. How much damage did you say I take, Jack?
I said
17.
17.
Thank you. All right, and that's a 16.
So you're
He's
no longer
alive.
confused, but you're still gonna get 2 more swipes at your face.
Cool. But my AC is higher now, I think. Which is nice.
My second attack was a 24. My third claw strike is an 18.
Miss.
Bassler, you're up. It's currently 25
Recall.
feet in the air.
Recall knowledge.
You cannot do that. You can only continue to roll additional recall knowledges if you succeeded the first check.
Right, that's
as
right.
an
Not
attempt to gain more information with a higher DC on subsequent checks. But the second you fail a recall knowledge on a specific creature or item, that is all you know.
You know that you don't know this creature.
No, he knows it's a demon, but he doesn't know anything else.
That's true. He doesn't know confidently that it's a demon. Yeah.
Could he roll more to find out more about the demon?
No, he kind of exhausted
thinks
his
he
demon
succeeded.
knowledge. Yeah.
He knows that he knows it's a demon, and then he knows that there's nothing
He's
else.
gonna spiral. He's gonna spend one action to spiral.
No, that's what Kashak and I were doing.
That's what we're doing. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's my life these days.
You want to teleport
Go
25
right.
feet in the air and follow the ground?
right. First action, I'm going to cast Blur on myself.
Oh, interesting.
Next 2 actions, I'm going to cast I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost on him, which has 120 foot range.
All right.
So, gonna be a normal spell attack. 26.
26 is not going to hit, unfortunately.
Yeah, that sucks. That's my turn.
Look at those. You are up. You are muted, potentially? We're not hearing you at all.
Now we're playing charades.
It's 25 feet in the air. You're not gonna be able to walk up and stab it, unfortunately.
recall knowledge. I don't know. I'm acting like you can't hear me.
roll a nature. Go ahead and roll a nature for me.
It's human psychology that when someone mimes at you, you mime at them back.
Yeah.
Just like for reciprocity, even if like your brain knows that you don't need to do that. Like I can hear you.
when I'm at work, I'll have these Zoom meetings, and I'll be sharing my screen on the Zoom meeting, and I'll point at my screen, and I'll be like, look at this part here.
There's no way that was a natural 20.
Natty 20.
What's
That's
total?
20.
34? 34?
Wait, so is your mic just dead? Like, what's going on? Wait, you don't know? Okay.
That's great.
We'll sort that out.
34 is a regular success, which turns into a critical success due to the natural 20.
Okay, I turned on my this mic.
Oh,
now.
they're good.
Okay.
There you're back.
It's
Cool.
this one.
Yeah, I went
Okay.
from the blue mic to the headset mic.
Yes.
Very
Is
cool.
this okay though?
Yeah, sounds fine.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Sweet.
So, you've been thinking about it for a while now. Bastard shouts out, this thing's some kind of demon. You're like, no, mm-mm,
No,
no.
it's not.
This is a fae. This is a fae creature.
Oh.
A fae creature known as an Ankou. A-N-K-O-U.
Oh, these creatures are very terrifying.
Which are essentially like shadowy fae assassins, for lack of a better title.
Yeah, no kidding.
They serve some of the most powerful fae lords in the First World as literal killers and assassins. They are able to envelop things in darkness at will. They're able to teleport. They are able to keep things from teleporting. They deal sneak attack damage, and they can summon illusory shadow doubles, which act as body doubles and are able to also attack their
Doing
prey.
it. Good.
Yeah.
Great.
Essentially, they are some of the best kind of assassins for hire that you could ever come across. And this one happens to be taking up residence here for some reason, which might have been said to fear him.
Yeah, he said something. Oh, I didn't hear it though.
Yes.
And
It's in Fearin's
at least
brain.
you're confused, man. Well, I shout out and I'm like, Bastro, love you, bud, but that's not a demon. That's a fairy and a bad one. They're very killers, like very big killers. We need to get out of here.
Are they immune or
Oh yeah, what?
not resistant? What's the weak to anything? Okay.
Let's see. I gave the shadow doubles. I gave the sneak attack. I gave some of the spells.
Is the Fey resistance, is that common knowledge? Do you think?
Fey
Or
weakness.
the weakness? Yeah, is that
Yeah, I
probably
would say
common
that's
knowledge?
common knowledge. They're weak to cold iron.
Right.
Are Fae from this plane originally?
No.
Is this
First
their
world.
own
They
First
are
world.
denizens of the first world.
And that's a separate plane.
That's a
the
separate
first world.
plane.
I actually think there are some Fae that are natives to the material plane, but I think most of them are natives of the first world. Don't quote me on that. But
So
it's
all
a safe assumption
all
that
Fae
of
were
them are.
made in the first world. Some have
Right.
crossed over to this plane and now
Yeah,
claim it as
okay.
home.
Right. That's more accurate. Yeah.
The first world being the gods' first draft and attempt at sentience.
That's
sentient
literally
life
it.
And plane.
Yeah.
Is that true? Is that what it is?
That's literally what it is. First
And,
draft of the material plane.
Yeah, and then they were like, "Nah, this is too chaotic and too weird.
This is the scuff.
We
We
need
made
to
it weird.
scale it back." And then they made the material plane.
Oh god, it's too weird.
Too much.
But then
too
they
much, too
didn't
fast.
just like erase it. They just left it. They're like, I'll be fine, and that has caused infinite number of issues for every other plane.
Great.
Gnomes are connected to the first world, so
Yeah.
all that weird gnomish chicanery they get up to, yeah, that's all the Fae stuff.
Yeah.
Gnomes are technically immortal if they live on the Feywild or in the Fey realm, but they bleach on the material plane due to the lack of chaos and nature magic.
This has been Gnome Talk with Jack and Will. Thanks for your time.
I thought the bleaching had to do with the world wound. I misunderstood things in Wrath of the Righteous. Okay.
No,
No.
the bleaching is. We can talk about it later. We'll do
I don't
gnome
know.
facts. Subscribe to gnome facts.
Welcome back to episode 2 of Gnome
No.
Talk.
All right, Jack. We're gonna work on this. We're gonna have 8 weeks of gnome facts for our.
I'll do
intros.
it. Gnome Talk.
All
We'll
right.
do gnome history and modern lore. We'll do the whole thing.
Wait, why are we not doing a 5-minute info section?
It's actually going to be called
beginning of
Baby
our-
What's Your Gnome?
Ooh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wait, we should be doing a 5 to 10 minute like lore info section at the beginning of all of our episodes. Man, missed opportunities. We could have covered so much.
saying.
Anyways, whose turn is it? What are we doing? What's this game?
Start out with like.
You
Fred,
tell us.
Whatever.
So the
you-
bleaching is all about. No, I'm kidding.
No,
Yeah.
we save it for next week. Actually, we're not playing next week. We'll get there.
Save it for next
Toes,
week.
you spent 1 action to recall knowledge. You still have 2 more actions. 3, 2, 2. You didn't
2.
cast haste.
2. I'm going to sheathe my rapier and spellguard blade. Can I do that in 1 action? Can I sheathe them both in 1 action?
Each one is going to be a single action.
Well, then I will just sheathe my rapier. No, my spellguard blade. And I will pull out my new crossbow that I got from that person. The +1 crossbow.
Which person?
Oh, from the
Franca.
Franca Lorenz.
Franca Lorenz. Yeah, Franca Lorenz.
The +1 striking crossbow.
Yeah.
Are you... Okay.
Pretty sure it's just the +1 striking crossbow.
And that's my 3rd action, so my turn is over.
So. Up next is this creature. It will fly over and then down to Bastro. And will attempt. You should have been taking bleed damage. That's my
Me?
bad. Yeah, that's my bad.
Should've. How much?
No, don't worry about it. I missed it. It's gonna make a wing strike against Bastro.
I have blur on, so DC 5 flat check because I'm concealed.
Not to this guy.
Unless there's some bullshittery.
Unless TM.
I'll just look up blur. See if it actually applies.
Guys, I'm gonna be very sad if my brain's broken forever.
It's gonna roll a counteract check against your blur effects. What's your spell DC?
Spell DC is higher than my actual. Sorry. Spell DC is 30.
That is It is unaffected by blur.
I hate you.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
This thing sucks.
This thing is a good assassin.
It's a good assassin. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the catch. It's all about finding prey and eliminating it. It's gonna roll to hit you with its wings. It's gonna roll. Not super high. It might just be high enough. 36.
That hits.
It's gonna be a total of 24 points of damage, and you'll be taking 2d6 bleed on your turn. It's then going to roll a claw attack against you. It's going to be a 35, which will get you, correct?
Yeah.
It's going to be an additional 26 points of slashing, and that is the end of its turn. Next up is going to be Theron, no longer confused. What would you like to do with your newfound lucidity?
Fear's not confusing anymore.
Yeah, he's gonna shake out of it and just go, I'm so sorry. This thing is very powerful spellcaster. I'm so sorry. And he looks at Kashak, who's not there. All right,
More arrows to shoot at you.
Yeah, exactly. First action, I'm gonna move away from Kashak.
Oh, right, you can't cast Restoration today, right?
Tomorrow I can cast it, not today. I think I have to try this because this thing sucks. And I want this combat to end.
Bold words.
It's a save or suck spell, which is why I'm like, oh. I cast Banishment on it.
Oh.
That's
Okay.
huge.
Roll a will save.
Will save.
Will save on his will save.
Banishment's gonna be big.
That is a 31.
Spell DC 31.
LDC 31.
Oh no.
Oh, God.
I saw it in your
That's
face.
my turn.
It's also a
Wow.
higher level than us, so like
I'm so sorry.
it's incapacitation, and so like it would have been very hard, I think. But
Oh, I need to understand what incapacitate. I'll read that. I've never actually read the incapacitation trait. I probably should do that. So wait, was this a totally stupid thing to do then? Was this not legal?
no,
No,
it's not legal. It's legal, but it's if a spell has the incapacitation trait, any creature of more than twice the spell's level treats the result of their check as 1 degree of success better. So if this creature
Oh
is
no, so
10 or
this
higher,
was useless.
so it actually
Oh no, so this was useless.
it critically succeeds.
Which
Yeah,
means you
wait.
get banished.
Fearing, you're stunned one.
Can I
Oh,
not
no.
have done this?
Oh no.
I can't walk that one back. I should have read traits. I didn't even
Gotta
realize
learn.
it had the
Gotta
infection.
learn from your mistakes, my friend.
Be so careful about incapacitation. It like almost makes some spells not worth taking. Like really.
Yeah, that actually just kind of sucks. Okay,
Yeah.
well, this combat has been terrible for me.
I'm sorry.
All right, that's my turn.
I'm sorry, my friend.
But you can only cast that spell from your home plate.
Yeah, I mean, you can't banish creatures from somebody else's house. You can only banish creatures from your house.
Well, but both of you guys are in somebody else's house. I guess you don't have like authority. You know, there's no squatters' rights on planar travel.
Well, this thing is definitely extraplanar, so it does not belong here. We've got to build the wall.
Go home.
Why do we build the wall, my
Great.
children?
Great reference.
Kashak, why don't you go ahead and roll a d6 for me, re-rolling a 6.
I don't want to. I don't like you.
And you're going to try to shoot on a 1, Twinkle Toes, through a 5, the creature,
Is that clockwise?
clockwise.
I roll a 3.
That's your good buddy Sheethra.
It's my friend.
Oh no.
First attack. 35 hits for 18 points of damage. Second attack. Natural 1. Third attack. Natural 1.
The one's
Hey.
right there.
At least you got your natural ones out of the way, right?
Sheether, by the way, has just been like staring at me, having like a panic attack, and just done like no, like mechanically she can't do anything. Like I can't
Yeah.
command her, and she's not gonna go in and fight randomly. So like, I didn't hunt a target at all. So she is just like super confused, and then I turn around and shoot her with an arrow. So she opens the trap door and runs in. But no, that's her.
Oh man, yeah, that's tough. It is Bastro's turn. It is within arm's reach of you.
That is great, because I'm going to cast True Strike, and then I'm going to I'm going to Spell Strike this guy, right in its being. I don't know if it has a face or not.
It has a face.
Can we get a blow-up version of this monster? I want to
Yeah,
see.
why don't you go ahead and take your time rolling those dice and we'll get some art out.
All right, first roll was a 10. Yo, those things are sick.
Wow, that art is awesome.
That's like one of the coolest looking creatures I've ever seen.
Yeah, that art is so cool.
Yeah.
Like I want to get
it's
I want to get a tattoo of that creature. Like that's so cool.
Instead of us fighting it, can I please try to seduce it?
No.
Like why does it not have a mouth? Like why is it just a neck into a top part of the
It
head?
has a mouth.
Oh, I think it's
It's
just
just
doesn't
the
have a
mouth is
throat.
open.
bottom part
Yeah.
of the jaw. Yeah.
But like you can see
Yeah.
through it. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't have a
It
throat.
doesn't have a throat, yeah.
It doesn't have a throat.
That's
yeah.
weird.
Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
eat, it just kills.
Fair enough.
Well, there's a 40 hit,
A 40 does hit, my friend. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
but no crit.
No crit.
Well, it's funny that you say roll damage because the spell I chose to cast, is Chromatic Ray.
Oh.
So first,
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a D8 because this is 6th level. Little revenge from that prismatic spray. Please, something good.
Tell me something good.
7. The target is slowed for 1 minute. It
That's
must
big.
also succeed at a will save or be teleported. This one again is violent. It's gonna be teleported 120 feet directly away from you. I always roll this one.
Roll save.
If there isn't room for it to appear there, it appears in the nearest open space, so it's not gonna go anywhere.
Well, I think it would just go to the other side of the room.
But yeah, it would be a will
Right.
save. Yes,
39.
that's a success. So
So it stays
So
right
it does,
there.
yeah, it stays right there. Slowed one, and you still take my fist as they come pummeling at you,
Alright.
and that's gonna be 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage.
And then
I'll take it.
4th action, I'm gonna punch it in the face.
Okay.
$34 to hit.
That is not a hit.
Gosh.
You also take 9 points of bleed damage. Please go ahead and roll me a DC 15 flat check to see if the bleeding stops.
14. That's fine.
Tough, my friend, tough. I'm just gonna go ahead and mark that you are bleeding. Where is the little bloody eyeball? There it is. Great. Alright. Is that the end of your turn, Basro?
Correct.
Twinkle Toes. It is now hovering 5 feet off the ground,
That's taller than me.
but you can still strike it.
I can. I'm going to free action, drop the
Crossbow?
what?
The crossbow?
Crossbow. Yes, that's the thing. I am then going to then I can't combine quick draw with mobile finisher, can I?
No, those would be separate
No.
actions.
Okay. Well, I'm going to, in that case, draw my Spellguard Blade back out.
Okay.
So I have my Rapier and my Spellguard Blade. And then
Okay.
I'm going to mobile finisher, step, and stab. Not so much a swing.
Go ahead and roll your hit for me.
That is a natural 18 plus
Natural 18. Well,
21. So 39 to hit.
that's a hit. Roll damage.
Okay. $12,
Show
17,
you- Show you some art from the creatures you fought last time.
22,
Lucadamon.
26,
Yeah, this place is full of terrible things.
32 points of damage.
32 points of damage, you say?
Yes.
Alright. I'll take it. Just for you.
Thank you, my love. I'm then going to do a backflip for my third action.
Alright. Oh, you did a mobile finisher last time.
Yeah.
It's constantly surprising me just the random stuff you can do with your finishers. Like,
I can step before, I can step after, I can do
you can get
two.
like gourmet
I-
finisher, eat a 5-course meal, and then stab somebody for one action. Like, it's
It was
wild.
pretty great.
Alright. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
So at the top of round,
The one thing Twinkletoes and I have in common is that we move very fast.
top of round 5 is where we're going to pick up next time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. I apologize for Jack's confusion and thereby Kashak's. But we'll be back not next week, but the week following with more gnome facts. Thank you for subscribing, and we'll see you next
Baby,
time.
what's your gnome?
No, please. No.